Coaches, if you're watching this, it's because you're coaching on Monday, February 16th. There's a lot going on here, so I kind of wanted to explain what's happening. We've got our 10-minute row benchmark test. So that's a sure thing. We want everyone to do that. And that takes up a little bit more than just 10 minutes because you got to explain how to set the rower and the scoring and the points and all that stuff. And we're likely going to have to do 2 heats. Now, if we only had to do 1 heat, then this makes the whole thing very simple because everyone just goes at once and then it's done. And then if there's time for the finisher, great. However, here's the little nuance is ideally we would have been snatching already for like 3 weeks prior to the liftoff, and we haven't. We've been doing clean and jerks. So we snatched last week on Thursday. I wanted to get one more snatch practice session in before this Friday's liftoff. So we're having a 4-set build up to find a really heavy snatch and be able to narrow in what your opening weight is going to be workout. However, if you're not doing the liftoff on Friday, the 6 a.m., the 9 a.m., and the noon class are still kind of the liftoff. They just don't count. So if you show up at 6, 9, or noon Friday, you're finding a max snatch, and then you're finding a max 3-rep squat. So those people who are just coming to class, they're not doing the lift off, they're not like competing. They probably don't want to build up to a heavy snatch on Monday and then again, just for fun, do it on Friday. So there are 2 different sections listed in Sugar WOD. Not everyone's doing both of these. One of them, it specifically says, competing in the lift off, do this. And it's 4 sets. Oh, I've got it listed as, I'm going to drop it at 4. 4 sets of snatches. There's a second section. It says not competing in the lift off, but coming to class Friday, 6, 9, or noon, do this. And it's 4 sets of 1 1/4 bench press. Now there's a third category here, and that is someone that is not coming to class at all on Friday. Like, hey, I'm not coming to the gym Friday. Cool. Do you want to snatch today or do you want to bench press today? Doesn't matter. So there you have it. So we want to get through our warm up quick. We then need to figure out who's snatching, who's benching, knock that out. Hopefully all of that, because we got 4 sets. So you go at 0, 2, 4, and 6. So plus a little bit of warm up. That should be like a 10-minute piece, the snatch or the bench. So we have a 10-minute warm up, a 10-minute piece. There's 20 minutes right there. So theoretically, there's 40 minutes left in class. Let's say we lost 5 minutes somewhere. So theoretically, there's still 35 minutes left in class to do a 10-minute row. And we have like a little accessory finisher. So if you have 2 groups, what you're going to have to do is half of you do the row, half of you do the finisher, and then they switch. Now, again, on paper, it looks and sounds like it's just going to work flawless, no problem. But in reality, like, time is going to get eaten up with people going slow, getting their weights out and talking about their snatch and putting their benches up and everything. So you're going to kind of want to be a little bit pushy, if you will, on, hey guys, we've got some really important stuff to do today. We've got the snatch opener, we've got the 10-minute row test, and that has to be 2 groups. So we're going to have to move. All right, guys, that was a little lengthy, but if you're coaching, this was all need to know, and I didn't want to type all that out because that would have been a whole lot. Thank you.